This is your man Mike here again. Tonight I want to talk about the subject I usually talk about, it's crime. And tonight I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. One of the things we hear as people who talk about crime are two things actually. Who talk about crime in Jamaica is that the immediate pushback is that crime day everywhere. And then the other thing is that all we do is talk about crime without coming up with a solution. Even for people like me who have served 10 years in the Jamaica Constabulary Force and took a bullet in the process of serving my country. So ever mindful of that, there is the two kinds of people. Those who are on the side of the criminals who don't want to hear anybody talking about it because they don't want that the problem of crime remediated. And then the people who tend to bury their heads in the sand and pretend like, everything is fine, crime everywhere, while they had more burglar bars to their residences and they stay inside and they don't go anywhere outside of the little box in which they exist. Of course, normal people don't want to live like that. So, I continue to beat that drum about because we cannot allow criminals to box us in to the extent that we are imprisoned in our own homes. Having said that, though, today I just want to quickly add a few pointers. I've consistently written about how we can change things, and now it seems like the government is forced to to accept some of those solutions. I don't know whether I'm not going to be as arrogant as to say that they adopt my solutions. I'm saying they're adopting some of those common sense solutions to help to remediate. Jamaica's crime epidemic, particularly violent crime such as homicide, poses a significant challenge to national development. The country consistently ranks among those with the highest murder rates globally, fueled by gang violence, economic inequality, corruption, and a struggling justice system. A justice system in which judges ignore the laws on the books and supplant them with their own liberal biases that are sympathetic to mass murderers. A system in which taxpayer funded public servants who are supposed to look at impropriety within public sector agencies fail at their jobs but band together with anti police agitators to create the impression that murderers who are shooting at police are being summarily executed. They are literally fanning the flames of violence and discord in our country. A system in which politicians of both political parties are too heavily invested in the crime economy to pass adequate laws geared at stemming violence. When trial lawyers are the legislators, we have a problem. It's a criminal justice system that caters to the concerns of criminals and ignores their victims. A system in which we platform supporters of gangsters and dons, but have no concern for the people they abuse, including little girls they rape and the boys they initiate into their gangs. While this crisis is complex, it is not insurmountable. A comprehensive solution must involve a combination of social intervention, police support, economic opportunity, and community engagement. It's a all hands on deck approach that Jamaica needs. One of the most effective long term solutions to crime is investing in education and youth programs. Many young Jamaicans turn to gangs due to a lack of opportunity and a sense of belonging. By expanding access to quality education, vocational training, which is something I talk about all the time, and mentorship programs, the government can provide alternative pathways for at risk youth. Initiatives such as Citizen Security and Justice Programs, CSJP, have shown promise. But more investment is needed to scale those efforts. Additionally, social services must be strengthened to support families in vulnerable communities. Many young men involved in crimes come from unstable homes where poverty and abuse are prevalent. Expanding mental health support, parenting programs, and early childhood interventions can help break the cycle of violence before it begins. We must adopt these changes if we are to survive as a nation. Jamaica's police force has long struggled with issues of corruption, inefficiency, and a lack of public trust. We all know this. To effectively combat crime, law enforcement must undergo significant reform. This includes improving police training, increasing accountability for misconduct, and fostering better relationships between officers and the communities they serve. Programs like community policing, where officers work closely with residents to prevent crime rather than simply reacting to crime, should be expanded. The judicial system must also be strengthened to ensure swift and fair justice. Many crimes go unpunished due to backlog cases, and resources are limited. There are judges on the bench who simply do not belong there. We also need to expand forensic capabilities, increasing the number of judges that come from the prosecution side of the bench, and implementing technology-driven cases and case management can help create a more efficient legal system. We simply have to change the way we go about business. Crime thrives where economic despair exists. Many young people engage in illegal activities simply because they have to survive. There's no question about that. Addressing the root causes of crime requires creating legitimate economic opportunities, particularly in inner city communities where they live. This can be achieved through investment in small businesses, entrepreneurial programs, and industries that provide stable employment, such as agriculture technology and tourism. Additionally, the government should try to improve tax incentives and grants for companies that hire from high crime areas. We have to encourage people to hire. Public private partnerships can play a crucial role in creating sustainable jobs and reducing dependence on illicit economies. Jamaica has many pristine beaches and forests that belong to the people. It is time for the government to develop beaches and other natural wonders in our country into national parks, which will employ young people and increase the tourism product. One other thing that we must expand, solving Jamaica's crime epidemic is not just the responsibility of government. And I say government party neutral, whichever party forms the government. It's not just up to the government. It requires a national effort. Community organizations, churches, and local leaders must work together to instill positive values and mediate conflicts before they escalate into violence. Encouraging civic engagement, promoting conflict resolution training, and reviving community centers can help rebuild trust and reduce crime. More importantly, the idea of men having children they cannot afford to support must be discouraged and penalized. Furthermore, there must be a shift in cultural attitudes towards violence. Music, media, and social influences play a powerful role in shaping societal norms, promoting messages of peace, respect, and personal responsibility can help challenge the glorification of crime and create a culture of lawfulness and respect for the rule of law. Jamaica's crime situation is not it is deeply rooted in an issue that requires a multi-pronged, multifaceted approach. Social intervention, police and judicial reform, economic development, and community engagement must all work together to create lasting change. While progress will not happen overnight, a committed effort from all sectors of society can lead Jamaica towards a safer, more prosperous future. The key to success lies in addressing both the symptoms and the root causes of crime, ensuring that young Jamaicans have hope, opportunity, and a reason to choose peace over violence. We must enact these changes if our nation is to prosper. Thank you.